Everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast, and welcome to Top 5 Friday. Congratulations, you've made it through another week, and your reward is to sit and listen to me pick my top 5 things in Blood Bowl. So every Friday we do a top 5 stuff, probably from Blood Bowl. Last week we did my top 5 third-party teams, and you guys chucked a load of comments. There's some amazing teams out there. It was really cool. So what we did for this week was I asked you guys to let me know what your top 5 Games Workshop Blood Bowl teams are. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through mine. I'm going to go through my top 5, and then we'll look at basically the aggregate score of what you guys have done, because there's some lovely teams out there. I actually don't think there is a bad Games Workshop team. We are ignoring the fact that there are big guys missing from boxes. Sometimes you have to buy 2 teams, like 2 boxes of a team. Sometimes you literally have to buy 2 teams. Looking at you, Chaos Renegades, there's got more teams. So we're ignoring all that, and we're really just looking at the miniatures. So with that in mind, guys, let's move on to my number 5. And my number 5 is the Lizardman team. So lizards were missing for quite a while. They were not out for a little while of the first Blood Bowl 2016, and the old Lizardman team from Games Workshop was very rare, shall we say. It was difficult to get hold of. So there was a load of like home-built Lizardman team out of AOS stuff. When this team landed, the size, the sculpts, the dynamism, absolutely gorgeous. Plus, it landed with this little dude, or at least should I say these 2 little dudes, the chameleon skink. And you've got the chameleon skink, you've got the little tongue option, you've got the little hats that can go on the skinks and not on the skinks. You know, I love this team. The style is perfect. The sculpts are fantastic. I've seen these have been converted for Age of Sigmar and some 40k stuff, and it's because the miniatures are absolutely fantastic. The only problem I have with this is, yes, it's the box size. If you want more skinks, you have to get a whole other box. In fact, because of the way the skinks are, if you want a team of skinks, you have to get basically 3 boxes, which is tough, however, completely unnecessary. I love the chameleon skinks. I love the size and design of the sauruses, and the skinks are awesome. And the fact you can have the hats actually made this, when this got leaked, there was a whole thing around, what's the chameleon skink, what does it do? The guys with the hats, are they red-crested skinks, which are in the Secret League Croxicore team, skink team. Basically they're skinks that come with Dauntless. They're so cool. They are absolutely so cool. But obviously they're just regular skinks. So I love this team. I love that the fact there's the little bits you can tweak with the hats and the tongue and stuff. It's just awesome. My number 4 is the Ogre team. So I love Ogre teams, you guys know that. So I have no doubt there is some bias here. But the thing about this team I love is, first of all, you get 4 ogres in a box. And they've got customizable bits. Not a huge amount, you've got different shoulder pads you can put on, you've got different arms you can use, different heads you can use. Not enough of the cool helmet head, but hey, what can you do? So they're kind of customizable, really love that. Love the size, but honestly, it's the Noblesse that do it. They are so much fun. And again, when this team dropped, everyone was like, right, that guy's got a bottle. Is he a dirty player, Noblesse? What are we going to see? Is there an additional position? Or completely overlooked the fact that these 2 ogres that are running, one of them is a runt punter. So the box is really dynamic. The miniatures are fantastic. You know, for 20, I don't even know what is retail anymore. £26, something like that. It's like 22 from Entoyment and things. £22, you get 4 big guys and a ton of little dudes. Pick up a second box or the Forge World booster pack. You've got a full ogre team. If you pick up the box, you can split it with someone else, or you convert them into other guys. I've got like 2 Games Workshop ogre teams. One's converted into Chaos guys, one's regular. None of them are painted, but I just got a billion Noblesse. These guys are awesome. I love the little sculpts as well. So great big guys, great little guys. My number 4. And my number 3 is the Human Nobility. So this team is fantastic. Yes, the positionals are hard to tell apart. And yeah, there's a ton of feathers and stuff. But I love this team. In fact, on the last podcast I was complaining that because of the positionals, because you do get 4 bodyguards and 2 blitzers, you don't really need another box because you can use the guys who are missing as like extra linemen because they're kind of interchangeable. That's one advantage of having positionals you can't tell apart, is that you can kind of cross use them. There is some customizable options. You can do some conversions really easily with arm swaps. There's a couple of hands you can swap, a couple of heads you can swap. But the fact is that any one of these miniatures is a great painting challenge. And I think I said this last week when I was looking at the third-party teams. If you've got a team made up of miniatures that you would buy individually as a cool star player or as a cool just one-off, you're winning. So the nobility team here, you've got the Ogre and you've got Griff. Let's ignore that. This is the actual nobility team with the nobility players. There's my Fitz magic. I love the design concept. I know that, nobility came in and basically Britonia is gone. And we've all had to live through that twice now, thanks to Age of Sigmar and now the human nobility. But the design, this is probably one of the most well-sculpted Blood Bowl teams we've got. The detail is insane. Like, the level of it is fantastic. This is a full-on Games Workshop kit. I think is probably the best way to say it. It looks like a full-on Games Workshop kit. Some of the other ones, they've got great detail and things like that, but this would look at home on, one of their other games, with the level of detail, with the feathers and things like that. One thing that would have made it great is spare feathers and alternate heads, but you know what? There's a ton of stuff in this one. I cannot wait to paint my team, and there are so many lovely teams out there. A little bit of customization, and it's just gorgeous. So that's why Nobility is my number 3. And number 2, potentially recency bias, but I don't think so. We have got the Black Orcs. And I've been painting mine. Bit of gold, bit of green. These miniatures are fantastic. So the box set that came out had Nobility and these guys in it. Just amazing. The miniatures in it are amazing. These guys have got alternate heads, so basically no 2 miniatures look the same, which is really good. That's one thing that has hurt Blood Bowl is, for example, if you have to take a human team, the sculpts are lovely, but you need 4 blitzers, which means you've got 4 guys doing exactly the same pose with a shark fin. These guys are Black Orcs. You've got 6 Black Orcs. They've all got different heads, so it kind of interchanges the poses. It just makes it look very different. Size-wise, they are beefy as you like, and the goblins have got so much character. So I guess the formula for teams with me is great beefy guys and great little guys, and the Black Orc team absolutely smashes it out of the park with that. I really don't know what else to say, except I don't think I can get enough of these teams. Like the Nobility one, I've already ordered my second one, thanks to Decker and a couple of other guys in the comments. Found a way to enable me into doing that, because they're like, you do need more linemen, Ben. And I was like, you know what I do. So I've got a second one ready, second team ready to build. I'm going to excuse that and say I need some pieces for an OWA team to go with my FANAF. Right? That's okay, right? Anyway, Black Orcs, the detail is fantastic. This is another set of miniatures that you're going to see in other Games Workshop games, in other games, because they are so dynamic. They're so well sculpted. The style is perfect. And I think with these teams, with 2 and 3, the Nobility and the Black Orcs, is they are kind of unique. They are new. They are shiny. There is no other team like it, except for Grebo landing their Black Orc team immediately after the spoiler came out. But you know what? The Grebo team looks gorgeous. But this Black Orc team, for what will probably be the price of 1 box, you get the team and you get an absolute ton of beautiful miniatures. And my number 1 will come as a no surprise to anybody. If you saw the Bonies episode, the Snotlink team won the Team of the Year for me, and I think Ben as well, because it is awesome. So, first things first, the pump wagon, it's not the best thing to build at all. I'm not sure it's as bad as the Pro Elf team, but again, that might be because I remember building these. The Pro Elf team I built in the middle of the night, and that was probably my fault. This team is awesome. You get about 47 miniatures. Alright, you don't, you get 20. But you get 20 awesome individual little dudes. There's duplicates, but on one sprue, you get a pump wagon and an absolute ton of Snotlinks. this team is just fun. This team is just Blood Bowl. The cool thing about this is it landed. You got 3 new positionals as well. You got the Hopper, you've got the Stilty, you've got the Bombardier guy. There was a wizard. We were all like, is that a wizard? Is the wizard going to do stuff? There's a goblin wizard. I don't know why there is a Snotling wizard. I still don't know why there's a Snotling wizard, but I know I absolutely love it. Also, this is probably the only team I have fully painted. I have fully painted all of these Snotlings and Trolls and Pump Wagons, as the team is just so much fun. It almost paints itself as well, because these guys are small, because they kind of focus the detail, and this is why for me this kit is just amazing. You've got high customization in the Pump Wagons. You really do. You build the first one as per the instructions and it's horrible. Then you just customize the next one. Like, it's just a shame you can only take 2, because by the time you've built your second one and customized it, you're kind of like, wish I'd converted the first one as well. I love this team, and each and every one of the Snotlings is awesome, and you can swap them around as well. So the guy with the frying pan, the guy throwing the rock, you can move them around on the Pump Wagon. If you change the Pump Wagon, I've got the catapult guy on the ground. I think I've got the horn trumpet dude on top of one of my Pump Wagons. It's just so cool. There's so many choices you can make. Each of these sculpts are great fun. It's just really fun. It's the most fun thing, and just knocked it out of the park. This was one of the most exciting things I think Games Workshop have done for Blood Bowl. The kit was great, the Black Orcs are great, the nobility is great, but when the Snotling team landed, everybody everywhere in the hobby world was like, that's an army? That's a team? I can run this gaggle of tiny ridiculous people that, yes, you can definitely paint as Smurfs. I know that's been done 100 times now, but anyway, for me, the Snotling team is just the best team Games Workshop have built, and I just have a sneaky feeling they're going to be doing more stunty stuff, more crazy little stuff. You know, I can see them doing like a Horrors of Tzeentch team with a bunch of brimstone fires. I can, because they love it, it's fun, and these things work really well for their other games as well. So anyway, top 5. My number 1 is the Snotlings. What we'll do now is we'll get rid of this and we'll look at your top 5. Okay, top 5 time now. So, your top 5 Games Workshop teams. Number 5, Dwarves. So, the Dwarf team came in number 5. It got a load of points and really close to number 4. I like the Dwarf team. It is cool. I think it's a bit boring to paint. I know this is probably going to get me in trouble with some of you guys, clearly, if you've rated it this highly. It's cool, but I don't know, maybe I've just been wooed by the Fanath team. Anyway, your number 5 is the Dwarves. Number 4, Undead. Now, the Undead team is gorgeous. I love the mummies. I've got 6 of them because I built a half Undead, half Khemri team for Bonehead Bowl. That's right, mixed teams, baby. That's where we want to go next. 6 strength 5 undead beasts was awesome. And the undead team is absolutely lovely. You can't, what could you say? There's nothing bad about it. Number 3, a bit of vindication here. We've got Black Orcs, and yeah, already talked about Black Orcs. Absolutely amazing team. Love it. The miniatures are great. You're going to see them forever, and I think they're going to age really well as well. Number 2, Necromantic. I really like the Necro team. Some of the sculpts are really fantastic. I love the golems. The golems are great, and the wraiths have so much fun with their little socks and things. It did lose a couple of points with me. Some of the zombies are brilliant, but I don't like the ghoul. It's weird and gangly. I don't like the pumpkin head. And the werewolves are great, but for me they're just really bland. Like, they look really cool, but there's nothing. Like, they're just great. They're just good werewolves. But anyway, Necromantic number 2, and there'll be no surprise here that my number 1 and your number 1 is the same. So I think we can categorically say that the number 1 Blood Bowl team from Games Workshop at the moment, let's give them a chance here, guys, is the Snotling team. It's the best team. It's the best team. You've got pump wagons, you've got little dudes, you've got so much fun, so much painting potential, and you can buy 2 boxes because you do need about 1 billion Snotlings, and it's just awesome. Personally, I think there should be a pump wagon star player, so everyone can take a pump wagon. So everyone has to kind of go through it. It's like a Blood Bowl ritual. Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for your feedback on this one. Keep an eye on our social media and on the YouTube page, because we're posting over the weekend what our next top 5 is going to be. And again, I want your input because I want you to tell me just how wrong I am ahead of time. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Have a good day. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.